The rain was falling slowly that night, mixing with the dust of the small village road. Inside a tiny mud house with cracked walls and a broken wooden door, a woman named Sarah sat near a clay stove. The fire was weak, but she kept blowing gently, trying to keep it alive. Her hands were rough, her nails broken, and her eyes tired, but still full of hope. On the stove, a small pot of rice was cooking. It was the only food she had for that night. Sarah was a mother. She was not rich. She was not educated. She was not famous. But she had something stronger than all of that. She had a heart that never gave up. Her house was made of mud and straw. When the wind was strong, the walls whispered fear. When it rained, water leaked from the roof. There was no fan, no fridge, no soft bed. Only one small room, a torn mat on the floor, and a corner where she cooked food on a clay stove using dry wood. Still, every morning she woke up before the sun. She had a son named Daniel. Daniel was only 10 years old, but his eyes carried big dreams. He wanted to study. He wanted to become something in life. When he saw children going to school in clean uniforms, he looked down at his torn clothes and stayed quiet. Sarah noticed everything, even when Daniel said nothing. Every day, Sarah worked in other people's fields. She cleaned houses, washed dishes, and carried heavy loads. Her back hurt, her feet bled, but she never complained. In the evening, she returned home, cooked simple food, and smiled at her son like nothing was wrong. One night, Daniel asked softly, "Mom, why don't we have a big house like others?" Sarah stopped stirring the pot. She looked at her son and smiled gently. "Because God is testing us," she said, "and tests make people strong." Daniel nodded, but his eyes were wet. School fees were a big problem. Many times, Sarah sold her bangles, her shawl, even skipped meals just to buy books for Daniel. When he studied at night under a weak oil lamp, she sat beside him, pretending to fix something just to be there. Sometimes hunger slept with them. Sometimes tears, too. One year, Sarah fell sick. High fever, weak body, no money for medicine. Still, she got up and went to work because Daniel's exams were near. That night, she fainted near the clay stove. Daniel cried and shook her, screaming for help. Neighbors came and saved her. When Sarah opened her eyes, the first thing she said was, "Did Daniel study today?" Years passed like this, slow, painful, heavy. Daniel grew older. He worked part-time, studied harder, and never forgot his mother's sacrifices. One day he got selected for a scholarship in the city. Sarah cried that day, holding his face with shaking hands. "Go," she said, "don't look back." Life in the city was not easy for Daniel. Many times he wanted to quit, but every time he felt weak, he remembered his mother's cracked hands and the clay stove. He did not give up. After many years, Daniel became a successful man, educated, respected, strong. The first thing he did was return to his village. Sarah was sitting outside the same mud house when a car stopped near her. She looked confused. When Daniel stepped out wearing clean clothes and confidence, she didn't recognize him at first. "Mom," he said softly. She stood up slowly. Her eyes widened. Tears fell without permission.
She touched his face again and again, like she was dreaming. That day, the clay stove was replaced with a real kitchen. The mud house became strong walls. But Sarah's heart stayed the same. She never gave up. And because of that, hard work truly paid off. Some mothers build homes. Some mothers build destinies. Sarah did both.